unto thee, son of Babylon! Behold, Kinslayer, the disgrace of she whose beauty was once renowned. Will she be the queen again once they all share her fate? My blade shall pierce your face. I summon thee, my Arise and save your queen, my slave. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Here I beg for your Wait. I beg you, wait.
What?
I don't want to die.
And I did not come to kill you, Miss Fletcher.
Will you spare me then? Save this cadaverous carcass of mine. Does your heart beat a little faster now? You fancy me then, Doctor?
No, Miss Fletcher. My dead heart will beat for only one.
Ah! Is she pretty? Is she sweet and tender?
To me, yes.
Ah! I hate her already.
I know. And this is partly why you must be destroyed.
But you just said...
That I did not come here to kill you, yes. But I realize now the threat you embody must be stopped.
Will I be remembered? Will you?
You were Doris Fletcher, the greatest actress of her generation. No one can take that from you.
Thank you. And farewell. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Farewell, Doris.
Bravo! So dramatic. I love it.
McCullum!
How strange I seem to find you whenever I'm inquiring about that Skal infestation.
I mean you no harm.
I'm not here for you. But once I've put all the pieces of the puzzle together, I'm sure we'll have a little chat, you and me.
Stay away from me, McCullum. You and all your war dogs.
That I can't guarantee, Dr. Reed. But I'll let you go. For now.
I should probably leave the theater right now. It's locked, all right. The West End should be safe now. But London is not. It would be wise to benefit from the Ascalon's protection while I continue my research during the Great Hunt. people want me dead. I need to leave now. So Doris just needed to be close to her audience to affect. Contagion through skin. Very disturbing. I cannot enter.
Over there! There's one of them!
Women's right to vote is only the first step. Women of all countries unite.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, Isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
But it's you who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed halls.
You certainly have an inquisitive mind. It's quite something. Elizabeth Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
I must admit the Guard of Priwen impressed me. They must have spent years preparing their plan.
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news. Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the very heart of the corruption.
But some questions remain.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London. For that, we salute you.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, I have another task.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club. I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire? Are you...
Not exactly. I want you to make Aloy...
As you wish, my lord.
Good.
How would you like me to...
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate.
Before I go...
All right.
Why...
Because he is about to die. And he just...
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed. Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many years to prepare himself. He has studied our kind for decades.
So shall I just let him drink my blood?
Yes. Aloysius will gratefully sup on your blood. His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us. An immortal.
Is there any danger?
Our blood alters a mortal body so deeply that some don't survive the metamorphosis. They die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
You invited Lady Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed as members, no. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then?
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about this?
I'd like your advice on the matter.
The real question here is, why has his lordship given you this task?
Do you think it's some sort of trap?
Do you really want to know what I think about this?
I do, yes.
To make an immortal of a soulless blackguard like Aloysius Dawson will only lead to a disaster for London. The man is already dead inside.
Should I refuse? Perhaps politely suggest that Lord Redgrave turn the man into a vampire himself.
Don't you dare, my dear. According to what I've recently discovered, His lordship could kill you for even broaching the subject.
Really? Why?
I've recently found proof that the Earl of Bristol is of lesser lineage, and only capable of creating skulls.
Please tell me more about your recent investigation.
As long as you lower your voice.
What would you have me do about Dawson?
The man is dangerous. Did you know he plans to build a wall to separate the healthy rich from the sickly poor? Do not make him your progeny.
What would you do?
The man's dying already. Let the Reaper harvest the rotten fruit that is his soul.
Are you sure your information about Redgrave is correct? He says he's the progeny of the great knight William Marshall, who lived some 9 centuries ago.
That's a lie. Lord Redgrave is unable to create anything but skulls, if the poor souls survive at all.
How can you be sure the information was correct?
I made the acquaintance of a most interesting informer while investigating your maker, from whom I learned the truth about Lord Redgrave.
Why so vindictive? You suddenly sound like you're angry.
Forgive me, Jonathan. I hate myself for it, but I feel such pride in my discovery. I'm afraid I just can't help it.
Which is?
He did serve William Marshall. And yes, the blood he covets as a token does truly belong to that legendary knight. But he was never his progeny. His lineage is not so noble.
What would happen if I made Dawson an Ekon like myself?
You would add a powerful immortal into a suffering world. An immortal who already craves authority.
Maybe I could teach him control, like you taught me. Lead him down the right path.
Mr. Dawson spent his life searching for a...
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye, my dear.
It looks like vampires have to obey Mendel's laws when producing progeny. Powers pass from one generation to another. That's why Dawson wants me to sire him.
Over there! It's a leech! He's dead! Stab! Finish it. It's a leech! This one's mine! Take its head! I hate leeches! I'll send you You bloody swine!
It's locked, all right. I should find another way to get into the neighborhood. I think this passage could lead me close to Aloysius Dawson's mansion.
Don't you know better? You're bleeding!
I have this thirst for blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked.
No one can hide from Ascalon! I will crush you! Foolish echo! No one can hide from Ascalon! For Ascalon!
I cannot enter. It's locked. This is despicable.
How dare!
How long are you gonna keep looking in? Let me go, you bastard! How long are you gonna keep me locked in here?
Are you all right, miss?
Who are you? What do you want from me?
My name is Jonathan Reed. I'm a doctor. What happened to you? Why are you here?
I'm Louise Teasdale. I was kidnapped a few weeks ago by a vampire. Don't laugh, please, sir. It's no joke.
I believe you, Miss Teasdale.
That monster told me my father was dead. That no one was waiting for me outside.
You're safe now. You don't have to worry about the vampire. You should just return home.
Thank you, sir. I hope we'll meet again soon. Because I'd really like you to teach me how to get rid of these creatures.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithercote used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this camellia may be.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married, now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a
Have you ever met the famous Aloysius Dawson?
Yes. A very strange man. Not very nice.
What do you mean?
He said he was ready to pay good money for rare books, and then laughed at what we showed him.
Goodbye, Carol.
Dr. Reed.
I am sorry, I
am
can't help
glad
you, sir. Someone else instead.
It's locked. It's locked, all right. Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war. I had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed.
What can you tell me about your...
I'm still managing my...
Really? Have I changed?
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still...
Tell me more about...
Who would marry an old bat like...
Carol's gratitude is exemplary.
I'm taking care of my daughter.
But she'll probably...
Why would she leave?
Have you noticed...
Other than you coming back to
Does your daughter...
Have you not seen Carol since you returned?
So you're less of...
Some things never change.
Does your...
Have you not...
So you're less...
Some things...
Why would her innocence...
She does not realize how cruel life...
You have every...
Maybe you could talk...
Do you know...
Everybody knows him. He's only been to...
Did he buy something?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my...
But isn't Aloysius Dawson, no...
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash.
May I look...
It's always a pleasure to have you.
It's locked, all right. It's locked. Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
Do you need my...
Oh, yes.
I'm just...
Perhaps.
Goodbye.
Dr. Reed. I am glad to see you again.
Good evening.
My mother would...
Do you need my med...
Oh, please.
Don't be shy.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning.
It's locked, all
Good
right.
evening, sir.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
But they will not be forgotten. Good evening, sir. May I ask you...
I'm conducting an investigation about the...
And who are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Detective Inspector Charles Albright from Scotland Yard.
I work for the Ascalon Club.
The Ascalon Club? You should have said so, sir.
What can you tell me about them?
I'm the one asking questions.
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that...
Haven't I told you about the
All right, without giving you too much information.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation.
Why are you investigating?
Criminals rarely...
No, I've no...
All right.
What are you really...
I told you.
Do you work...
Yes.
What about the situation?
I know, it's a shame, but...
Tell me all you know about that.
I'm not even sure there is only one. The wound...
How could different killers...
That's my main problem. If my theory...
What are you...
I currently have a few missing persons cases. Mr. Tadao Kimura and Miss Louise Teasdale. I'm afraid they may have been...
Tell me about Louise.
She's a waitress.
Do you have any idea what...
No. But I feel...
Tell me about Mr.
Mr. Kimura is a businessman.
Where was he last?
Mr. Kimura was last seen at the...
Do you know anything in...
Who doesn't know the man?
What else can you...
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of power...
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doc... Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Detective.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan.
I can't believe we're still waiting here. I can't remember the moment when the city became...
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go?
I cannot enter. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I be of assistance?
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar.
I think I would remember.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you.
I'm afraid not, sir.
The pleasure is mine.
Tell me about yourself.
We are waiting.
And why are you waiting?
Because we need to leave this city.
Why do you want to leave this city?
I'm not really
Can you tell me?
As you like asking questions.
Please.
Do you like this?
I know.
Yes, me too.
But what if we don't?
Do we ever know who?
And what do you do?
I stopped working when I decided.
But what...
Does it really matter anymore?
Tell me more.
I just...
Tell me more.
I would be happy to describe.
Go on.
Where should I?
This is not the first time.
Men kill each other.
Plagues.
Yes.
Who are you waiting?
I really can't answer that.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance.
But why would you...
Well,
What can you...
I've heard this...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir. I am Dr. Jonathan...
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time...
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important?
I suppose.
I am Agamemnon.
May I ask?
I don't know.
You must have your...
From what I have
What can you...
It's the only place...
Why is that?
Because I'm not...
I still...
Then I am sincere.
What can you...
He's older than...
Is that all? May I ask?
I believe...
Who...
The more I think about it...
But what else could it...
I don't know.
I'm a...
Have you ever felt like...
Trap?
At least it will give it...
What are you...
The problem is...
Tell me.
I can't say for sure.
Is that the most honored?
Yes, I think so.
I'm a son...
You know?
I know.
And it's better that way.
If you...
A happy place. That's
Such a place...
That would mean I have...
What can
You should ask that.
Goodbye.
Hello again, Doctor. This makes no sense. No sense at all. I should have told my brother to go sooner.
Good evening, Mr. Beck.
Agamemnon it.
At least...
But is that not...
What can you...
If you are searching...
That's it?
For the time being.
Pericles.
I don't know.
And where...
In a place where...
How long...
Sometimes I feel so...
It could be dangerous.
That's quite true.
Mr. Baker.
Really?
Why...
What would be the point... So in the end, was it you we were waiting for? Death was our destination.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you. My name is Usher. Usher Talltree.
You are the leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise. I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they tell me everything. They've told me of your unquenchable thirst for blood. Be wary, Ekon. I've heard such a rich diet can be bad for the heart.
What can you tell me?
I really don't know.
So, you see nothing in the star?
Oh, I can tell you many things.
Do the cards speak of...
No. It's the...
Read my...
You have been chosen, Jonathan.
Can you read the card?
Are you sure you want to...
Yes, I am.
It will cost you 150...
Here is the money.
The hunter. A good heart in disguise. A liar willing to help for real. An armed man unable to strike.
Tell me about it.
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the...
Some believe you to be a vampire.
Guard of Priwen, who else?
Did they steal anything?
A personal notebook.
Do you want your notebook?
If you ever find it.
For how long have you been?
It was 15 years.
What do you make of Dr.
Edgar is a brilliant and...
How do you measure the amount?
I told you. The cards...
Is it possible to...
The vampire's fate is much more
I would rather... How...
I told you.
Is it
Vampire...
All right.
You'll cast your heart into the fire without hesitation, Jonathan. For pain is only for the mortals.
How did you...
Swansea told me.
She could have...
Not all vampires accept their new...
I could have...
No, John...
May I...
Of course.
I know.
It was 18...
What was the name?
The problem was...
Who found it?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot...
So you're not just a club?
Once upon a time...
Is there any...
Aloysius Dawson.
He's not the only one.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900.
Goodbye, sir.
I rarely wander. Cards never lie, but they are never easy to read.
It's locked, all right.
Bloody monster!